Okay, there's still a deficit, which is quite high, 4.35 billion. We need to reduce our spending. 58% of the people, though, would vote for us, and the economic forecast is positive. Education is rising, which is incredibly good, and unemployment is going down. GDP is still in the dumps, but we will deal with that. So, election report, we currently have a total of 11,500 members in the New Vision Party. The opposition party has more members than us. And our cabinet is loyal. Now we have a bit more political capital to play with, but I wanted to check this. Oh, this is so cool. Nobody really hates us. Environmentalists are just roaring. Ruhr is gonna go sky high once these development grants kick in. Now let's check what things are happening. Technology backwater is slowly dissipating. Uncompetitive economy is slowly dissipating. We need to get rid of these two, otherwise nothing is going to happen for us. Skills shortage again. All these three GDP drain. I have no idea what's up with you. Why you just don't go away. Maybe it's impossible? I really don't know. Malaria is on a rise, though. It's a bit concerning. Barbicons are gonna disappear. That's great. Poor transport links are going down as well, and asthma is below its start trigger. So we are doing fine. Now let's see this. Power block switch. Our historic alignment with one of the largest world powers is in question. Their influence in global politics has waned with their economy, and we have now been approached by their bitter rivals who are seeking an alliance. A new alliance would bring monetary and political support with it, but this may also be a good opportunity to sever our ties and go our own way. Forge new alliance. By aligning ourselves with a rising world power, we will benefit from increased trade with them and also their political and military support. On a crowded global political stage, it is important to have powerful allies. Or join the non-aligned movement. Express the confidence that we have in our own national identity and our unwillingness to become involved in others' domestic affairs. By leaving our historic power block to join the non-aligned movement, we declare to the international community that we wish to peacefully coexist. I think the non-aligned movement is better for us, though capitalists will probably be pissed. No. Maybe patriots? No, patriots are happy. So who's pissed? Liberals? No, they're happy as well. So who the hell? Conservatives, maybe? Oh yeah, conservatives are pissed. And maybe the youth? No, just child labor. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what to make of that. Anyway, we were thinking about cutting some of the expenses. Namely, road building. We have enough of political capital to deal with this. We are spending 4.17 billion. And I wanted to get rid of road building, and I wanted to get rid of toll roads. Is it this? No, that's revenue administration. Socialist capitalist, no. Anyway, we had toll roads. Is that maybe in the infrastructure somewhere? I don't know, I'm just checking. I wonder if I could make up the symbol. Wait, it's going to be here. Yeah, toll roads. So that pisses off motorists. If we lowered it to none, we're gonna get about 5.95 million income, but that's okay. it's okay if we lower this to minimum and apply these changes. We can also lower the road building to about, that's 4, we're gonna save about 1.5. Okay, like this. That's gonna lower the car usage. Environmentalists are going to be happier. No, I'm quite sad about the infrastructure. It's going to take a big hit, and we're going to have a problem with the power blackouts, but we need to lower some of our expenses. So let's apply this, and I think that pretty much leaves us dry for the turn. Okay, so let's end it and see what the future holds. Veteran freedom fighter win case. Patriots, elder, and liberals are all happier. Our aging population of patriots who fought to free our country from occupation has won their case against our historic oppressors. An international court of law has determined that they were subject to abuse and torture, and that they must be compensated. Awesome. Good news, education increasing. Budget deficit went down to 1.3 billion, which is good. I think that is really good. 72% of people would vote for us. And cabinet is loyal. Okay, so the elderly, environmentalists, and liberals like us. The rural that's really hard to pronounce for me. Rural are as well. Let's see this. For transport links, the blackouts could go away next turn. Unless something really bad happens. It would be great. Asthma. There's not that much changing with this. Though the skills shortage are really decreasing fast. Is there anything else that we might do? Technology colleges would help. They're quite expensive. School vouchers. Oh, this one. Foreign language curriculum. Yeah, Patriots hate it. But, oh my god, this one is good. I had no idea it was this beneficial. With the exception of Patriots, capitalists, youth, tourism, foreign investment, internet. Oh my god, this is awesome. Holy crap. That's something we really needed. And I wanted to check how we're doing with taxation. Income tax, 26%. If we increase this, what would be the difference? We would gain 4 fucking billion. With not that much of pain. What would we invest it in? Government code of conduct, maybe. We might start subsidizing things if we had that. Small business grants. I wanted these for a long time now, but I might be tempted to increase our income tax by just 4%. We would gain about 3.5 billion. The problem is that we are really pissing off the capitalists. You really need to start doing something to appease them. Yeah, the GDP is what's pissing them off. That's a big problem. Civil service, wage parity, revenue administration, fuel efficiency standards, state health service, sales tax, pollution tax, property tax, corporation tax. I can't really lower this one. I would like to, but I can't. Is there anything? I think that small business grants will be maybe capital equipment subsidies. Consumer rights. Tax shelters I know help. It's really good. So how much do we need to increase? 30. Well, we need to save then. Credit rating downgraded. Oh, that's an issue. Power blackouts are gone. 87% of people would vote for me, and we have a small budget deficit of 714 million. Global economy is doing good. And election report. Awesome. Well, we need to do something with our debt because the interest rate is on a rise. So let's increase. We're not gonna go apeshit on this. 4% is all that we need to get things under control. 30% on income is a bit high. 45 would be better. Equality increases, socialists like it, high earning. We're gonna piss off the middle income people though. They like us though. Okay, we'll increase it to 35%. GDP is not affected. This is gonna give us so much money, but it's also going to piss off everyone. Work safety laws, robotic research grants, those are great. Family planning, that's for youth, I think. I actually don't know what that one does. Implement a program of family planning to improve sexual health in your country. Typical services include education, medical advice, and contraception distribution. This program will enable individuals to plan the number and spacing of their children and to determine how best to achieve this. Family planning empowers women and reduces the number of babies born into poverty. Conservatives and some religions oppose an outreach program like this. Yeah. No. Well, let's see what's gonna happen now. We have a surplus of 7.72 billion. And 98% of the people would vote for us. And GDP is on a rise. Nice. GM food proposal. A number of large agricultural companies are interested in growing genetically modified food on our soil. Some food can be genetically manipulated to allow for longer shelf life and both disease and herbicide resistance. Opponents are concerned about the potential risks associated with altering the food chain. Farmers are divided on the issue. Wow, all the researches that I ever saw show that GM crops are safe. So let's allow it. I think that might piss off... Well, capitalists might be happy. I'm sure the foreign language curriculum... Yeah, they are happy. So should maybe... no, I guess conservatives might be pissed. No. I don't know, someone definitely should be pissed. But we have a huge surplus now. So let's find something for us to help people. We wanted the small business grants. Capitalists like it. Self-employed increase, GDP increase, socialism go down, trade unionists go down. 2.8 billion, but this is a huge boost to GDP and capitalists. That's something we really needed. And that helps the capitalists. So now let's think of something for the people. Technology colleges. Increases education and technology. Socialist and equality. I hate it. Maximum. This should really kick in where we need it. So that's 3 billion. We're going to have about 4 billion still in profit after this turn. And I would like to save... Oh, we still have 11. I would like to save that for repaying the debt. Oh my god. Capital equipment subsidy 1.83 billion to 22.8 billion. This is... I have no idea what effect this has, but it's probably massive. Public services... Bus lanes. Bus subsidies. Traffic congestion and pollution can be reduced by encouraging people to travel by bus. I'd much rather have rail subsidies, but... National monorail system. Free bus passes. I think we might... Actually, no, let's save the money and see if we can get some interesting things. Island invaded. You may have forgotten that technically we have sovereignty of a tiny overseas island. Well, the good news is that we still technically do, but the bad news is that as of 9 AM this morning, we no longer have effective control of the island. Separatist rebels stormed the governor's building and seized control of the entire island, meaning with very little opposition. If we had a stronger military, we would have a better garrison on the island, and this would not have happened. There is nothing we can do now, but patriots are outraged that you let this happen. The credit rating upgraded. We have 6.92 billion surplus. GDP is going down. Unemployment is completely eliminated. And we have a stock exchange situation. A national stock exchange has been established, allowing for a diverse set of instruments to be freely traded. Participants in the market can invest by accruing equity in domestic enterprises, as well as by purchasing debt agreements to fund the operation of these companies. And 97% of people would vote for me. No danger. Let's see, yeah. The adult education subsidies and the general education is proving to be in great deterrent. It's going to be a bit harder here, but we're gonna make it. And a competitive economy is gonna go away as well. This is probably never going to go away. Malaria... Asthma is gonna go away. And poor transport links are okay. Now we have last turn before we actually do something. I would like to repay the debt, to be honest. So we have quite a lot of things now available. National service. Compulsory military service for some citizens, where they are taught the basics of how to defend this country from attack, has some benefits. For example, it would allow us to have a smaller regular army. However, there are concerns about forcing people to bear arms against their will. Liberals. Welfare. Gender representation measures. Although women usually comprise half of the country's population, they are often underrepresented in government where gender inequality exists. In political systems that allow for female candidates to be unfairly discriminated against, a range of measures can be implemented to provide checks and balances. To ensure female voices are heard in government, advisory bodies can be established, quotas set for representation, or equal representation mandated. No. I hate any positive discrimination. Minority representation measures. Welfare fraud. Okay, there's not much here. Consumer rights. It's interesting, we didn't have that before. All drilling subsidies. Financial services. Oh my god, that's expensive. Tax. Mortgage tax or married tax allowance. This is a tax break for married couples given as an encouragement for people to marry and also to stick together. Religious groups see it as essential that the state encourages traditional family values. Some see it as religion meddling in the tax system for no good reason. Graduate tax. Oh my god, we could gain 3.46 billion out of this. Internet tax. School prayers. Faith school subsidies. 50. Stem cell research, state religion, or government indemnity. Indemnity members of the government. Indemnify members of the government from being prosecuted for any crimes that they commit whilst in office. By exempting government officials from the law, they can do what is needed to best run the country. Although this empowers your government, creating a political class above the law is undemocratic and will not be received well by voters. There's a lot of law and order that we could go with, but not much that I would really like. This is generally just awful. Agricultural land tenure though, I have been looking at that for quite some time. Car emission limits. Setting legal limits on exhaust fumes helps to reduce air pollution, especially in cities, but it's unpopular with motorists who look upon it as yet more bureaucracy and tax. Damn, we have a lot of things. I'm not entirely sure what we should do at this point. The GDP is increasing, right? Yeah, finally. So we should help it even more. Is there anything that might help education? Art subsidies are great. I like those. School vouchers. Yeah, I don't like the school vouchers, to be honest. Law and order. Should provide not much there. Clean fuels subsidy. A subsidy for cleaner fuels, such as ultra-low sulfur fuel, in an effort to reduce the environmental impact of motoring. The subsidy will reduce the cost of fitting catalytic converters to older cars and provide an incentive as the pump to choose less damaging fuels. I'd much rather... Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Well, I have an idea what we have to do. I don't want to, but we have to increase the funding for the army. Otherwise we're gonna get killed. Military spending is pissing them off. Yeah, we're not spending at all as much as we should. We have 6 billion. So if we increase this by 3 billion, it would change a lot, but holy crap, this is gonna have a really bad effect on us. Is there anything that we could do for patriots? Citizenship test, those are good for patriots, but they piss off quite a lot of people. Food standards, welfare. I guess there isn't much, unless we want a space program, which by all means is beneficial, but overseas. To encourage citizens to invest in domestic enterprises and the state, restrictions on investing overseas can be put in place. This is a curtailment of a global free market and unpopular with capitalists who believe that resources should be allowed. No, we can't piss off capitalists even more. Regional integration and tariffs. Harmonize businesses and political practices beyond our own country's borders by making agreements with our neighboring nations to increase cooperation. This policy will increase the free movement of people and resources across national borders, driving immigration and trade. As concessions to regional decision-making are made, our government's own political power is reduced, displeasing patriotic workers. No. Let's look at it a different way. Is there anything... This would piss off liberals. Border controls would piss off liberals. Foreign aid. This is really problematic. We really have no other choice than to increase the budget of the army. And that means drastically increasing the budget of the army. We might lower it. There's not that many of them though. Yeah, but this really helped them. I mean, the island invaded. Oh god, I don't want to do this, but 3.49, we can go as high as 8. It would make a huge difference. Income of state employees would be increased, state employees, their opinion would be increased, unemployment would be lowered. I actually don't need that, but... Okay, we're at how much? 3.43. So at 8, then would be 5.5 billion. Investing in the army. 5.5 billion. Oh my god. But we have to do something. This is gonna disappear eventually, but... Let's go with 7. Light defensive army. God, I don't want this, but I had to. A citizenship test should help as well. It's gonna lower immigration, piss off liberals a bit, but patriots will like it. Actually, this isn't all that bad. Let's go full. Though it increases racial tensions. We can change it. What's the racial tensions? Ethnic minorities. Race Discrimination Act. Did we enact that? Interesting. Racial tensions are fairly low. Foreign relations. Okay. So we should appease patriots greatly. Citizenship test will help curtail the negative effects in military spending too. We might even go as far as to lower the military spending eventually, but we'll see. So now I think there will be elections. Yep. So let's see if we won. Yep, we got it. $17.5 million people voted for us. Pretty much everyone. Even patriots. Let's see the changes again. So health, education, crime, all up. Violent crime, inequality. The environment is up by 56.3%. Technology is going up by 18%. Productivity by 9%. Unemployment down by half. Same with CO2 emissions. Air travel increased though, immigration increased, energy efficiency by 40%, racial tensions down by 40%, international trade up by 13.5%, poor earnings up by almost 40%, middle earnings by 6.84%, and high earnings by 8%. I think it's decent. GDP up by 4.42%. Alcohol consumption, traffic congestion both down by almost 20%. Tourism up by almost 45%. Corruption down. Foreign aid received down as well. But yeah, agriculture efficiency up by 63%. Gender inequality down by 55.65%. And human development and democracy up by a quarter. So let's begin next turn. Legitimate leader. You have managed not only to win the election, but take a majority of the entire electorate with you, leaving no doubt that you are this country's legitimate leader. Achievement unlock, landslide. Amazing victory. This is nothing short of an electoral landslide, which shows that you have fundamentally won the political argument in the minds of the electorate. Achievement unlocked, electoral success. Success, you have been democratically elected for another term. Somehow you have managed to win over the electorate to your political views. Achievement unlocked, Kyoto Award. We may be members of a small club, but it's an important one. We are proudly one of the few nations that are taking our climate change obligations seriously.